Now I'm gonna unbox my Prinsu Cab Rack. I'm super excited because this is a rack that I've had sitting at my house for maybe 3 weeks or so. I've been waiting to install it on my truck because I wanted to do it all in one day, where I put the top rack on the camper shell, and now it's time to put the Prinsu Cab Rack on. Stay tuned. This is the weather strip. I paid extra for it. They did a really nice job keeping it straight and clean. These are the side rails. Really nice detail here at the bottom with the Prinsu logo. Very sharp lines. This looks really nice. This is the wind deflector. One silver track will be used to mount the wind deflector to the side rails. There's 6 crossbars, all nicely painted black with these channels in them so you can mount accessories to your racks. Thank you, Prinsu, for doing such a nice job packaging your hardware. I really appreciate it. That completes the unboxing. Now I'm going to begin building my Prinsu Cab Rack for the 3rd gen Tacoma. This is the wind deflector hardware with these little nuts that slide in the tracks. This is the hardware for the side rails that gets screwed to the frame of your car. It gets screwed to the holes for the factory side rack. Here's some pretty cool extra tie-down rings they sent me. Thank you. And this is the crossbar hardware. I did choose to get the light bar cut out, so this is the hardware for the light bar. On each of these holes, you need to slide one of these nuts through the track. That will sit behind the wind deflector inside the track of one of the crossbars. Next is the hardware. First, the lock washer and then the washer. Now that I got all the bolts in by hand, I'm going to tighten them with a screwdriver first. I feel pretty comfortable that I got it tight with my screwdriver. There's no need for me to even tighten it with my impact. Next is this strip to put on your wind deflector. I used a rubber mallet to hit it in more. You can use anything to cut it, but I use my handy dandy dikes. You're gonna want to peel this up to do that. This side, lift it here, pull back, and then straight up. There's some sided tape right here. Don't be afraid, just peel it right off. Set that right there for now. What I'm doing is poking a hole through the pre-tapped holes that will screw the side rails to the frame of the car. Now that I got the holes marked, I'm going to take this off. This is the spacer piece that sits under your side rails and on top of your car and allows you to access that hole. And this is a screw that screws it in with one washer and one lock washer. It'll sit right there. And it will sit right there on top of the truck. 2 holes here, 1 in the middle, and 2 up front. Now that I got the weather strip down, I'll show you what you need to do before you drill the holes. What I did was mark the strip like that on the top and like that on the bottom, because I will be cutting this part out on the bottom and drilling a hole through the top right there. Now that you got it cut with your dikes, you can get a razor blade to cut it out. Here, I'll let you get a closer look at what I'm doing. That's where I cut it with my dikes. Then I'll stick a razor blade inside here, cut out that small section, on both sides. Now that's what it will look like with the wire taken out. There you could kind of see it right there. There's the wire. Still got to cut this one out. Right there. There's the wire that I still got to cut out. On this one, I was able to cut it out on the first try. Now I'm going to drill the holes with a unibit. This can do up to 1 inch, but I just need to do up to 3/4 of an inch. You will want to use a all-purpose sealant that will waterproof the holes in the top of your car. You're going to need 5 screws, 5 washers, 5 lock washers, and 5 of these spacers. Lock washer, then the washer. Lock washer, then the washer. Go dab silicone where each one goes, right inside the hole there. That's what it should look like. I got all these screws just tightened by hand. I'll go back with my impact with my T30 bit, tighten these down now. Now I'm using a 10mm socket to tighten these bolts down. I had to undo 2 crossbars in order to tighten down a couple bolts that goes through to the frame. Now I'm going to adjust a few of my crossbars. What I did was turn the last crossbar of my top rack up on its side. I'm going to switch one more. This one is the first one on the top rack. Check it out, guys. Made some adjustments to the crossbars on my Prinsu rack. I think this is a nice final touch. These are the adjustments I made to the first crossbar after the wind deflector. Got one up on its side and one laying flat. That does it, guys. That's how you install a Prinsu Cab Rack on a 3rd gen Tacoma. Also today, I mounted a Prinsu top rack to my camper shell. I'm super excited for my next install. Can't wait to show you guys. Stay tuned.